It's funny to regard me as a savior, because what I tell people consistently is that they have to look to themselves. We're all subject to bad breaks and sometimes to terrible luck, but your best bet is to do what you can, to take care of yourself properly, to treat yourself like you're someone responsible for helping. Well, there is truth to the idea that they might need a certain amount of existential rescuing from the idea that the West is fundamentally best characterized as an oppressive patriarchy, which is absolutely absurd proposition. It's very difficult for me to understand how anybody can be properly motivated if that's the fundamental view of society and male participation in it. And I don't buy any of that. I think the idea that the West is fundamentally an oppressive patriarchy is an appalling idea, partly because I do believe in this ancient, fundamentally Western idea that people are of intrinsic value. I mean, look, we're all given the sovereign right to organize our own states, the responsibility to vote. Our very state assumes that you have the wisdom to keep the ship of states sailing straight. And it's because there's something about you that, at least in principle, has the possibility of being remarkable if it can be manifested. And I'm reminding people that not only do we believe that, but that it seems to be true. And it isn't obvious to me that there is anyone, or there has been anyone for the last 4 or 5 decades, let's say, who's done a credible job of drawing a relationship between the meaning in life that you need to sustain you and responsibility. And not just for you, because it's not an individualistic idea. It's responsibility for you and your family and your community. That'll do the trick. I'm trying to suggest to people that their best bet in life, and this is men and women alike, is to adopt as much responsibility as they can for their own lives. And I went through this already, because that's where the meaning in life is to be found. And the notion that that's somehow a message that's limited to young men it's an absurd message. And I have said this before, that I act as if God exists and that I'm terrified that he might. I act as if God exists. I try to do my best as a person who's obsessed with religious matters, but I'm not willing to place myself conveniently in a box. And so I'm going to leave it at that.